And it would be interesting for you to know like the pain that happens because there is a obstruction of Vata dosha. As you know, wherever there is a pain in the body, that means Vata dosha is present over there. And this pain which happens, especially which is related to cramps or this muscle spasm, which we say when we many times we take antispasmodic, and even then no relief comes. To some people they give anti-inflammatory, to them different kind of sometimes relief come. The root cause of this according to Ayurveda is when this Vata dosh got obstructed by the Pitta dosh. So what we can do to avoid all these symptoms? So first thing is we need to regulate our Vata dosha in our body. Regarding this first thing that you need to figure out what is your body type. It is very important. Which body type you belong to, whether you are Pitta body type, Kapha body type or Vata body type. So if you know your body constitution, one thing is you try to adopt a lifestyle according to your body constitution. But in this case, especially this specific disease, that is premenstrual syndrome, whatever your body type you belong to, you need to work on your Vata and Pitta dosh. So one thing is to regulate your Vata dosha. What are the things that you need to do? One thing is you need to take enough rest. You need not to overexert yourself. But that when I am not saying enough rest, that doesn't mean you start doing nothing. You need to keep yourself physically active, but you need not to overexert, overstrain yourself, especially the 7 to 8 days before your periods. That time is very crucial for you, and at that time you need to take specific care. In addition to that, throughout the month you need to take care, like you should not eat too much Vata aggravating food. Like if you are eating grains or if you are cooking grains, you can add little bit of garlic it, so that to reduce the Vata effect from the grains. Similarly, if you are cooking potatoes or any these kind of things, don't fry potatoes. If you want to eat potatoes, eat boiled potatoes. Boiled potatoes are not Vata causing, but if you fry them, then it definitely aggravate your Vata dosh. And if you boil it, it is easily digestible and it is good for health. In addition to that, you need to avoid eggplant. Eggplant is a huge source of Vata enhancing. It disturbs and imbalances Vata to a great extent. So I would like to suggest, please stop eating eggplant. It is not so good for health, especially if you have these kind of problems. In addition to that, add a lot of fruits in your diet, so that if you have any kind of mineral deficiency or any kind of nutrient deficiency, that can be fulfilled naturally. Fruits are the instant source of energy and they are very beneficial for health. In addition to that, if you have weight, if you have excessive weight and you feel like your body is little bulky, try to involve yourself in little bit exercises and try to follow that diet which is weight reducing, because sometimes it has been seen when you have excess weight also, that also cause these kind of premenstrual symptoms. So one thing you can do, you can try to adopt that diet which is very beneficial in losing weight. Like simple things you can do: don't sleep during the day, don't eat excessive sugar, don't take artificial these sweeteners, try to have natural sugar. So all these small things you can do and you will see your weight start losing. And at the same time you can also add a little bit of salads in your diet and sprouts. And in addition to that, you can have a lot of fruits. These all are very beneficial for you. You can cut the red meat, because red meat is not so good for health. Even researches shows these days like red meat is not so beneficial for health. In addition to that, you can take your night meals early, and your night meal should not be very heavy, like it should not contain any meat diet. It should be light, like some plant vegetable soup or some kind of vegetable, boiled vegetable, or some chapati, that is Indian bread, if you know how to make it. So these kind of things would be good in combination of vegetable to eat, because it is light and it is easy to digest. And especially 7 or 8 days before, make sure like your body takes enough rest. The reason why body should take enough rest, because if body start taking enough rest means it will not aggravate Vata. and if it will not aggravate Vata, you will not feel pain during your periods. In addition to that, Ayurveda has given a lot of importance during 7 or 8 days before. Try to focus more on your diet with more depth. Try to include more warm soups in your diet, more nutritious soups in your diet, so that your Vata dosh can be brought into balance. Because if your Vata dosh will be at balance, that means you will not feel pain, or at least your pain will subside to the minimum. If you have huge cramps, then it will become less. Also, during these 7 to 8 days, to avoid all the unnecessary raw food from your diet. And during the month you can have your raw food, but during these 7 days please try to avoid this raw food, because it's very difficult to digest for your digestive fire, and when it is very difficult to digest, definitely it will aggravate Vata dosha, and that can cause imbalance in the Vyan Vata of your uterus area. In addition to that, you also need to focus on Pitta balancing diet, that you need not to eat all those things which are very hot in potency, like curd. Especially 5-6 days before you stop eating curd, don't take curd, because curd is hot in potency. In addition to that, excessive coffee or tea, please stop avoiding it. Instead of that, you can have any mint tea or this coriander tea. It is all very cooling in potency, and it is very beneficial for balancing the Pitta dosha. Not whole month you need to drink it, just 7 to 8 days before, so that we can balance the Pitta dosha, which is causing this premenstrual syndrome. In addition to that, for balancing Vata, you can also spend some time for meditation and for doing yoga. These both techniques are extremely beneficial to bring Vata dosh into balance, because all connection is with breath, and breath is air and air is Vata. So, it is very, very connected, and you can spend some time in meditation and in yoga. One thing is, it will balance your mind, and it will help you to come out from anxiety, stress, depression, and you can also listen some healthy talks which are more nourishing for your mental tree. It is very, very beneficial, especially in these 7 days. Just try to listen something positive. Just keep yourself away from negativity and negative thoughts. In addition to that, in Ayurveda, definitely there are certain herbs which are very beneficial to balance the Vata and Pitta dosh. In Ayurveda, certainly there are certain more herbs which are more support for the uterus and for this premenstrual syndrome. But these herbs can be decided only on consultation basis. I cannot speak it publicly, because then people will start taking self-medication, which is not good for them. So, if somebody wants to know much more about it, please schedule a consultation with us, then we can discuss in detail. In addition to that, when you do yoga or pranayam, these practices also enhance the serotonin level in the blood, which is happy hormone, and it will make you more joyful and more happy, and you will go through this phase more easily. And when there is enough level of serotonin in your body, it will also help you to balance your mood swings. And if you are very new to yoga, you have no idea what is yoga, how to do it. So, there is Isha Yoga that you can try with, or you can start with, or if you have no idea, you please write down to us. We will tell you how you can do, from where you can learn, and all these things. So, you just give a message for us, and we will guide you.